All right. I told people I want to never talk about this, but it's time that we do talk about what happened up there that night up on Brown Mountain. It was me and Grandma, Grandpa, and cousin Jessup, Billy Ray, Johnny, and a few others. And we was sitting around the fire pit. We was cooking up that hog that they caught earlier in the day. It was cooking up real nice, and then we saw these there lights in the sky start to come down, and it was kind of like red, orange kind of color and round. One of them, they came down and they landed on the ground not far from us, and it was the weirdest thing I ever did see. We don't really talk about it up here, but it's known that there's lights up there in Brown Mountain. Well, Grandpa, he had a shotgun anyway because we was sitting outside, so, we didn't care, Knew didn't know what to think. Honestly, no one knew what to think about the whole darn thing. Well, out there, suddenly, when this thing landed on the ground, out come this here creature, and it kind of looked like a frog or something, some kind of a alien that was not earthly, but it had suction kind of cups on its fingers. So every time it walked, it would made all these weird kind of noises. I didn't know what it was. I had no freaking idea. And forgive me, Lord, for cussing, but it was a strange thing that we saw. And nonetheless, Grandpa just stood there with his shotgun, and this thing came around and went on the roof. Grandma had run a screaming, and she went in the house where she had the fireplace cooking anyway. She was boiling something on there, and the pot in the stove in the fireplace, and one of them then things came down the fireplace, and it got burned, and it smelled awfully. It just stunk up the whole place. And I believe that we tried to eat it, but it was pretty harsh. It was really bad. But nonetheless, at the same time, Grandpa had been fooling around with that woman that he met down there in Florida from the Lollipop Club, one of them stripper type women. Yeah, well, he had been fooling around with her, and Grandma, she didn't like it. She'd been missing for a little while. So this kind of comes into context with what happened that night. Well, everyone was kind of agitated, as you might say, So Grandma, she ran outside. She was screaming and hollering, and Grandpa was out there with his gun, and all of a sudden this beam of light just came down and kind of zapped them and sucked them up right up into this craft. It wasn't really a craft. It was kind of a light. I don't know. It was kind of red, orange, some kind of thing, and took Grandma and Grandpa away. We don't know what happened to them. Nobody knew. Everybody was just a shaking and a hollering, and we didn't know. And suddenly they was just gone. The light was gone. These strange-looking critters was gone. The house stunk something awful from whatever burnt in the fireplace over the boiling water, and we just didn't know what was going to happen. Well, we had to report it to the police department, and we did. We reported it, and well, there's not much you could say because there's a lot of strange things that happen up here in Brown Mountain. Well, that's where it came in, where that lollipop woman that was fooling around with Grandpa, she had been missing already as it was. We had to kind of say that she was taken with Grandpa and Grandma too. Because if we didn't, somebody was going to be in some serious deep trouble. And we want to make sure that we kept the family residence in our name. We didn't want her family coming along and say, oh, that's ours and you did something. Well, after that, we never did see that Florida stripper woman from Lollipops in Florida, and we never saw Grandma and Grandpa again. And pretty much that's it. We got to keep our family home, and we ain't seen Grandma or Grandpa. I don't know, they could be flying around outer space somewhere. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. They's having themselves maybe a good time, I don't know. But they just gone up there, got beamed up, and they left us all behind. I don't think it had nothing to do with Jesus coming back. You know, praise the Lord. I know the Lord ain't coming back like that for us, but they came. Grandma and Grandpa gone. Thank goodness. Thank the Lord that that Florida lollipop sucking woman is gone. And we got to keep our premises. But it's still a mystery to me. Where did they go? Where did this space thing come from? And who was that alien thing that looked like a lizard with the feet that came down the chimney and got burrowed in the fireplace cauldron that Grandma was cooking in? I don't know, it tasted awfully nasty. That was disgusting. Anyway, that's the one story I was just wanting to share with y'all, because it's been troubling me for, oh gosh, 20, 30 years now. It's been such a long time. I don't know what to say about it. I just hope if any of you know about this Brown Mountain and the lights and the things that go on, you can put some light on it and let us know. Have you seen Grandma or Grandpa or that Florida lollipop woman? I mean, we know she ain't sucking no lollipops, but you know, she was doing something with Grandpa. If you know anything about what's going on, please let us know, because we are confused about the whole thing. I know the good Lord didn't make these creatures. I know they was maybe some kind of demon or something. I don't know. Maybe they came from hell, these big balls of fire. I'm not sure, but we got to know something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say on this story.